private content wizard, I think the main reason I created it was to give any sort of business an opportunity to be able to market their products or
Yeah.
services without
Yeah.
having to think too much of how to research what kind of content to write and how to grab the right customer without having to do all of that headache because it can be a lot of headache. The marketing really is in a way it's like a marketing engine to for the product what or service you are selling, right?
Yeah.
So now the chat function, the goal of the chat is really sometimes when you're trying to figure out how best to put titles in these places or or whatever to put in this place. Sometimes it may be difficult to figure out exactly what to write. So sometimes I will use the chat as a way of it to let me say I want to write about using your business. I want to write articles for attracting customers to my website building service. Give me some seed words. Right. So I may do something like this. Yeah. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
more like this is more like a conversation I can have with the AI when I'm struggling with ideas of what to do. Right. Now, if I have already my seed words or my keywords already, then any of these other tools, I call them modules,
Yeah. Yeah.
will be useful. So let's just take this for example: top five website design of the year. So I guess the main thing here is you know your audience, you know the kind of problems they may be having.
Yeah.
So if you just give me off the top of your head what one problem your audience will have.
Uh,
I,
finding
I,
somebody, I suppose, finding somebody reliable or for
finding
local
finding
business.
finding a
So,
reliable website builder is that?
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Would that be
Yeah.
how it might seem? Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the goal of the silo is to write a lot of content in one go. So if you want to write a lot of content for somebody who's trying to find a reliable website, so I would say maybe I'll put maybe like 20 articles here, and I'm not going to write the full thing now, but I'm just going to
Yeah.
give it a go. Um, and so what it would do then, it would take all these, write for all of this, and for each one, it will save a file with a name for it. The
Oh, I
reason
see. Yeah.
the reason being that it's going to write an article for this, it's going to write an article for this, it's going to write an article for this, going to write an article for this. So it's writing an article for each one of these topics, yeah,
Okay.
and saving all of them in the one area. Now, the silo is the only one that does that. It's the only one that does that because people may want to use it to write multiple articles. So
Yeah.
basically, you could use this to write a full website on its own, a full worth of content for a whole website.
Yeah.
Um, so let's say you have like 10 seed words, and for those 10 seed words, write maybe 20 to 100 or 100 articles for each seed word.
Yeah.
Um, you've got a whole website there just like that.
Yeah.
And because of the principles that's baked into the system, I'm making it right in a way that just follow normal protocols that Google will expect to see. Um, all the articles will work well. The only caveat I would say would be that since it's still AI and a lot of the AI tools, there's still a little bit of question in terms of is it always writing factual or is it making things up? It may be good to still have someone to just check to see that it hasn't made anything major up, right?
Yeah.
Um, but my products tend to not make too much things up. But unfortunately, it's not something that is completely unstoppable with the current brand of AIs we have. Even the top brand like um, ChatGPT or even Sonnet, they're all still hallucinate. It's just like a common part of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the silo will write all these articles and save them into just one folder, right? So each
Okay.
file
Yeah.
is an article. Okay, does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. It does. It does now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, do you have any questions about the silo?
Um, Advice I'd like about you said about having an NVIDIA graphics card.
NVIDIA graphics card,
When
yes.
you looked at my setup, you said I didn't have a modern NVIDIA graphics card.
Yes, yes. So I think you have an Intel graphics card from
Yeah.
what you
So
told me. Yeah.
yeah. So what do you recommend?
Okay. So, like for my system will write an article um, with the way the silo writes, it writes the article, it edits the article twice.
Yeah.
So it will take a little bit long if you have a slow system.
Yeah.
Um, but for my system, maybe to write it in under 30 minutes, one article,
Yeah.
with all the editing and stuff done. So my system, I've got a um, I've got what have I got again? um, Nvidia graphics card. It's a let me just find my data. Just give me a second. A GeForce RTX.
And what about RAM? How much RAM do you have?
So I think you had 32 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah.
I think that's okay because I got 32 gigabytes of RAM myself. Um, but I've got an Nvidia RTX 3060
Yeah.
um, graphics card on mine, and in some of the articles it writes it in 10 seconds, so it's very fast for what I do. But unfortunately,
Well, RDX 350, you say, yeah?
360, 3060,
360. Yeah.
3060, 3060.
Oh, right. Okay.
The one above that is a RTX 4060, so that will write it faster than mine. But, but
So
I'd say
did you build your own computer?
um, I didn't build it. No, I can build my own computer definitely, but for this one, I actually bought the parts and requested for um,
Yeah. Yeah.
specific
Yeah.
parts in it. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna stop the silo for now. Okay, so that's the silo. And the reason why I would say people should use a silo, when you're initially trying to just get loads of content on your site, these contents are people things people are looking for answers for. So the silo writes content that caters to questions people are trying to solve, or
Yeah.
easy answers that people may not necessarily find easily elsewhere, but will help you attract people who would want to buy your service. So that will be the goal of the silo. I think of the silo like if I think of a website as a funnel.
Yeah. Yeah.
The silo is the top of the funnel information. Um,
Okay.
so people, I would use that and I write loads of that because it's hard to tell what will gain traction. So that's that. Now the one-click article. This is more targeted because it's got like a customer avatar with it. So
Yeah.
if I know a specific type of person that does very well with my service and I want to target them, that's when I would use the one-click avatar to write articles specifically for them. Excuse me. And
Yeah.
you can,
So
sir, go on.
Yeah, so for argument's sake, with my brother moving high-end cars,
Yes.
that would be for people with a customer's avatar is a person who owns a high-end car, sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, yeah, sort of. So let's see what kind of avatar we can create for your brother. So your brother, he's helping people move high-end cars, did you say?
Covered car transport.
What did you call it?
Covered car transport.
Covered color
Car transport, yeah.
car transport. So what I would do would be I'll go to the headline, I'll put some like the seed word in,
Yeah.
and look for what kind of article I want to write. So let's say a how-to headline. I'll just put 10 headlines there. How to transport your car safely when it's covered in mud or debris. How to ship your car safely across the country. So these kind of headlines, does it sound like the kind of headlines you're looking for?
No. No, you more want benefits of covered car transport.
Okay, so let's put benefits there. So that might be a little bit of a question type headline. Let's see that. Is it cheaper to drive your car when you travel?
See, this is the thing. I mean, my argument or my thought process is if people have got the money to buy a Ferrari or a
Yeah.
Lamborghini, why
Okay.
would they worry about putting the mileage on it? But then, having said that, to hold the road like they do, the suspension is so hard. On the other hand, who would want to drive it all the way from here down to Spain?
So hmm. Okay, that might give us that. Let me just put that in here. So this is the so um why drive? Why would you drive? Driving your expensive car from here, from London to Spain.
Yeah, yeah.
Spain may cost you a lot. Now, whilst that may not be the best headline,
Yeah.
um, we can actually take this and try and see if we can derive headlines from here. Let's see. How to headlines using the how to safely drive your leisure car across Europe without breaking the bank. It's not kind of working, isn't it? To save money, how to drive across Europe on cheap. Okay, let's just stick with this and create an avatar for it. Custom avatar is an affluent car owner who recently purchased a high-end vehicle. They're concerned about transporting their expensive car from London to Spain efficiently. Will that sort of fit the customer you're
Yeah,
kind of?
yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
Because, I
and
mean,
go
a
on.
lot, uh, I would say the majority, well, I'd say a lot of his customers are multimillionaires.
Ah, right. Okay. So this would I would then use that customer avatar. I might flush it out a little bit and fill it out a little bit more than that, but that would do to write. You can write any amount of articles for this now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let me just put this customer avatar into the headline and see whether that headline would fit. The headline generator will create more suitable headlines. Okay. Okay. So that's perhaps sitting more with the kind of headlines we're looking for.
Yeah.
Essential tips for shipping your dream car across international borders safely. Safe ways to. Okay, I'm just staying with shipping because that's what the avatar we had, right? So basically, this would then write the article that is specifically to just that pain point that you're addressing in this cover customer avatar.
Yeah.
Does this make sense now?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
How to use a one-click avatar? Okay, so that's the one-click avatar. Now the affiliate review would be if you've attracted the customer with a silo, you've created more interest and more engagements using your one-click. Now you now start writing like reviews for different products or different services that the clients may find value in.
Yeah.
So this will, let's say you wanted to write a review for your own service, it's about yourself. So you could actually put your own service details in here and actually create a review. Although it's almost like a sales page anyway because it's a review of your service. Um, or you could review your brother's service.
Yeah.
You can put the details here and it just reviews your brother's service. So now it's moving the customer to making them start to think about, oh, maybe I want to buy this now, and giving them the real reasons to buy this. So that's what the affiliate review is for. Or maybe that as a website builder, you know there are a lot of other products and services that don't quite um, that you can sell with your service that you can partner with other people. So you
Yeah.
can do reviews for their products and services on your website using this as well, and perhaps earn more money from affiliate stuff as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any
So
questions so far?
you could actually write um, a product review in there for any product.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And because we are using top of the range AI that's quite knowledgeable up till mid to 2023, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got a lot of knowledge for up onto that part. The only thing caveat I would say is sometimes when people name their products, they don't name it in a way that the AI will know what the product is about. So you may need to kind of put an explanation, a little bit of explanation of what it's about. So for example, if I put in here private content wizard, it won't know what private content wizard is, but I have to just maybe add there an AI content writer,
Yeah. Yeah.
then it can write your your review for you. And so the idea here is sometimes it's hard to come up with even the structure or the template of what you want to write. So all you just need is to add the product name and the features. It will fill in a dummy um, template for you, and
Yeah.
all you just do is click each of the templates and read through to see whether it matches what you want and change it to match what you want, um, and then click write and just write your review. My goal with this was to be able to write a review as fast as possible without going through a much headache of research, etc.
Yeah. Time consuming.
It's very time consuming, can be very time
Yeah.
consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, does that make sense then?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay. Any question yet?
No. No.
Okay. So then we move on to the course. If you notice there's a pattern going on here where we are coming from easy content for people to just discover you, engaging content for people to now start to really find more value,
Yeah.
um, content to help you start to show the value of your product and services.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on to courses. Now, the goal of the courses is where we engage people even deeper. The idea is to help people start to see you as a professional in your service, in your niche.
Yeah.
Um, you want to start to talk to people at a very deep level on the pain points that they have, and then connect it to solutions and ideas, which you can then link to your services too. And so the way the course writes, it writes uses using analogies, stories, explanations, and it breaks things down into very detailed explanations. Um,
So how would that? So how would that work for me for building websites?
Okay, so for a
Right.
website builder, so one of the things that you would may want to do is help educate people about how hard the process is, or how often people fall into so many traps when they are thinking looking for easy tools or easy way out,
Yeah, yeah,
and then they build a website that doesn't just work or convert properly because of the way the whole system has been built. Um, so you're trying to educate people about the quality of the knowledge you have and the amount of information that goes into building a website properly.
yeah, yeah,
So you could use that and create a course on, let's say you have somebody who's thinking, oh, I want to build my own website. I don't want to pay somebody, right? Um, you could then create a course for building websites, but then show how hard it is in this course.
yeah,
And as you are showing how hard it is, you are dropping hints that they can get it built easily with your help, um, without all the effort and mistakes or trial and error they will have to go through, if that makes sense.
yes, it does. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So this is what I create. It's almost like a webinar type content. It's writing to write a whole program where to write. You write a story. It to write lessons that people want to learn. Then it to create practical strategies. But within all of that, all it's doing is helping people see that you know your stuff and you really know your stuff, and gets people to start to trust you.
yeah, yeah,
And the more they trust you, then they think, okay, this is hard work. Let me just find somebody to build my website for me. Then they think of you because they've learned a lot from you already.
yeah. I understand. Yeah,
Okay, so that's the goal of this. Um, Obviously, you would need to kind of know perhaps the kind of um, topics that your audience would want. Let me just let's see if we can brainstorm a little bit. So let's imagine um, the audience you're trying to attract is people who want to move high covered car transport, people who have a covered car transport business. Yeah,
okay, yeah,
and so let's just use that for example and say, okay, now although we say covered car transport businesses, here's why you need a website and how you can build one easily. It doesn't necessarily mean the process is easy. It just
no,
means you have attracted somebody who's trying to build one easily, yeah,
yeah,
and who could be your potential customer.
yeah, yeah,
Right. So we'll put this kind of heading in, and then we think analogy to use. I like to use analogies that may be completely disconnected, maybe even completely ludicrous or silly, because it creates a bit of an unexpected shock to the person. And then
yeah,
when they see how it's actually insightful and makes sense, it gets a bit surprising, and then it makes them want to read on and find out more. So I'm going to say cow dung. This is me kind of pushing the limit here. Um, I'm not sure we can wait for the whole thing to write, but as it's writing, I'll explain all the other ones, and then we'll come back to what it is written, just to show you what it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so that. Sorry, go on.
Fertilizing your business with a website.
So really, you can see how it's taking the idea of that analogy and sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
feeding it into the writing in a way that makes sense. Although it
yeah,
seems that that analogy will not work.
yeah,
Right. Okay. So it's kind of creating a story of a person who's trying to build a website, but has
yeah,
some mistakes, fell into some traps.
yeah,
Yeah. It gave some lessons. Actually, this is writing faster than I was expecting to write. Okay.
yeah,
Um, so it gives some lessons, nourishing your business with a well-designed website. The harsh reality is that even when we think we're in control, the decisions we make can be influenced by others and lead to unforeseen consequences. Okay, so cow dung and fertilizer for covered car transport businesses. So in a way, then you could think of all the types of businesses that would need a website,
yeah, yeah,
and write one of these types of things for them
yeah,
to really help them see how maybe they'll go wasting a lot of time if they try and do themselves. Really, eventually,
yeah, yeah.
does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. So it's writing articles that are going to attract the right sort of people that are looking for the website.
Exactly, exactly. And so, whilst all of it are writing articles for the right sort of people to look for the website, you can see how this this is almost like, let's say we're dating somebody.
Yeah,
This is us having small talk. Yeah.
yeah,
Then this is us gradually getting a little bit more closer. We are now talking more deeper content. But by the time we reach the course, we're talking like we really know each other.
yeah,
So it's really sort of gradually educating people to you and your website, and the value you can offer them. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. See how fast it is written the content too. Uh,
yeah. It has. Yeah.
a pile of cow dung can be a treasure trove.
Not to you and me, it's not.
And so what it does, as you can see, it surprises you, but then gives an
Yeah,
insightful explanation that makes you see, oh, that makes so much sense.
yeah,
And really, what it's trying to do is to try to help people see you as, okay, you are someone who really knows your stuff in depth to be able
Can
to
you,
explain it like this.
right, where your cursor is,
Yeah,
no, no, hang on. Where your cursor is, just the line below it.
yeah.
Take away your actions. Without this, you can't determine whether happening is like applying fertilizer, but not start to see if it's made.
Yeah. So it's just testing to see if it's made the soil richer. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You see the concept there,
Yes, I do. Yeah.
right? Okay. So so essentially, what you find with private content wizard is that you've got really almost like a team of content expert content writers for you,
Yeah.
for whatever you want to do. All you just have to do is think, okay, this is what will be helpful. Put it in there and try and get some, and then it gives you ideas and things that would help you sell your service through
Yeah.
content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the course. Now the SEO questions, it's a little bit similar to the silo, except that it doesn't write many, but it's more based on questions themselves, just questions. So it only
Yeah,
answers loads of questions. So if you have like common questions people ask that for your website, sometimes I'll to get that I'll go to someone like Google and I'll type in covered. What do we call it again? Covered car transport. Actually, rather than doing that, we could actually go to the headline. We already have that in there. We could go to the questions, yeah,
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and I use that to create a question headline. Is it worth shipping my car for this luxury road trip? Should I hire a pro car transporter?
yeah. That one will do.
Okay, you could take that question and go to the question and then just put that in there and just write answering a lot of different questions that are linked to this question.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can put that out as an article. So it just gives like a catchy intro there that will make a person who wants to move their car think, oh, I got to read the rest of this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, my brother does. He has an open trailer and a closed trailer,
Okay.
and obviously he charges more for the closed trailer, and it's the people that got the Ferraris and Lamborghinis that don't mind paying that
Right.
extra for the closed trailer.
Right. So you could actually have a question like, should I hire a closed trailer or open trailer in there, and then it is going to go through questions that inadvertently then makes the person realize, okay, I actually really need a closed trailer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that is the SEO questions. Um, as you can see, the headline module is actually quite useful for all of them.
yeah. So yeah, yeah. I understand that.
It's helping you to come up with headlines for the different modules.
Yeah.
Now,
So with the SEO questions, will it fill in each of those boxes on the left of the screen?
yes.
Oh, right. Okay. So
But
that'll be something else coming up from the uh, title that you've put in.
so from this title, it's going to write in an introduction, um, section one, section two, section three, section four. So you can see the subheads, for example, subhead here.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
professional car transporter offer in their services? That's the second one here. Then the next one, how does car shipping work from prep to delivery?
yeah, yeah. I'm
And
with
that
you.
will be the next one here. So really, what it's doing is asking different questions and answering those questions. This is a little bit slower because I had to write code to edit a few times to get it to write well. So it's not as fast as the other one,
Yeah.
but it also just asks questions people are looking for around the problems that they're having with the
Can you?
niche.
Yeah. I mean, as I see there, that's all aimed at USA. Can you aim the things at UK writing
Yeah,
for our?
you could
Yes.
just write here in the UK.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I understand now.
yeah. So that's that. Now the intros, the bodies, and the conclusion would be, let's say you've written one article, and then there was a part of it that you felt it didn't quite fit, which would be very, very unlikely because these things write very well.
Yeah,
Um, you could just go to the intros and say, okay, I want a different type of intro. It will give you a different type of intro for the same title, or you want a different type of body and subtopic for the same body or subtopic. So let's say you like the title, you like the title, and you like the subtopic, yeah. So
yeah,
we could take that title to the body, put that title in there, and take that subtopic. and put it in there, and write a response to this using one of these types of body. Um, and again, you can see what these types of body do. I've tried my best to use a label that explains it.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just want an explanation of how one thing causes something else.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Signs and signals about a problem that you can have with something. Um,
Yeah.
why there's a problem or why there's an issue type problem. So it just gives you all these different tools that you can use. And again, you may not necessarily need to use these ones, these intro, body, and conclusion, because these things they write quite well by themselves anyway.
Yeah. They do. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then comes the social. So now, as a service, you want to have a social presence,
Yeah.
and how to have a social presence would be that you are not always on social selling. You want to
Yeah.
be offering value. Um, your articles offer value in one way, and sometimes you can actually use this social thing to offer value and sell at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, for example, I got this tutorial ads. So let's say we take let's take this one. So let's say we've written this article already, and we're
Yeah.
trying to drive people to this article. So we could say we go to this area and just make sure it hasn't finished writing. So I'm going to stop it and restart so that it doesn't. Um, I mean, one of the things you'll notice about Private Content Wizard is that although it's still writing the this,
Yeah. Yeah. You're moving through, but they're still carrying on.
yeah, it will still write something else. It can still write something else, but you have to be careful. If you are writing too many things at the same time, to slow your computer down. If your computer is not that powerful,
Yeah.
so just be mindful of that. Okay, so just finished writing the SEO question. Okay, so let's carry on then. So social. Let's build a tutorial ad. Okay, being visible in local searches on Google Maps won't happen until now. Okay, so this is um, tr- cover control transfer businesses. Here's why you need a website and how you can build one easily. That's the headline we're using. So it starts off with, just imagine you are someone who owns a cover can transport business. You're on Facebook,
Yeah. Yeah.
and all of a sudden this pops up on your feed. Being visible in a local search on Google Map won't happen on with an unclaimed listing. A free website doesn't look professional when potential clients first see your website, but it gives a
Yeah.
glimpse of how um, serious you are. It shows people who they will be dealing with. When building trust, okay, there's something missing in this one. Let's write it again. Okay. Attention grabber. 9 compelling reasons your covered trailer transport business needs a website today. All right. So it is an ad, but it's sort of like a tutorial, but an ad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it gives them create trust by giving you clear information about yourself, a company, and history, etc. Your audience is busy. Help them find you online to get their car transported when needed with minimal fuss. Right. So somebody who's a car transport business. Sorry, I keep trying to remember the name.
No worries. No worries.
Somebody who has the business sees this on Facebook. it's just going to attract them, just natural. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, so you got all these types of f- Facebook, and so you don't have to worry or bother about what to put on Facebook anymore. Just come here, choose one of them, and to give you a different version each time.
yeah, yeah,
So which means you're covered for all your social media needs
yeah. So
totally,
I mean, you can put them on LinkedIn and X or wherever you want.
wherever
Not
you
just
want.
restricted
Exactly,
to. Yeah,
exactly. You don't have to just be the Facebook, yeah.
yeah,
Uh, and again, then you got emails. Let's say you're kind of creating an email list from your website. You've got people downloading different things, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And so then you can write an email to get people to come and read this article, for example, and they read this article, then they say, oh, this is really really interesting, and then they decide to get your services as a result. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So that will be what's the email, and these emails are really really powerful type emails. They're not run of the mill emails, and the reason why I chose these specific ones, like I've been doing online writing for over. It's over 12 years now. I'm growing old, man. Right. So I've been doing that for over 12 years, and I noticed certain types of emails were always very effective. So what I did is, well, I baked them into the system. So it's using this to then get the AI to give an email that is in a similar format to these emails. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So essentially, again, you never have to run out of ideas of what email to write for whatever content you want to promote or whatever
yeah,
service or product you want to promote. So that's what the
yeah.
idea here is now. Okay, can I just check with you? Has that all made sense so far?
Yes, it has. Yeah, yeah. No problems.
Okay, and how are you feeling about your confidence with being able to use Private Content Wizard now?
Yeah, more confident now. Yeah, because I understand it a lot better.
Oh, good, good. Right. Okay. So now the final one. This is the perhaps the big daddy of all of these modules,
Yeah,
purely because it allows people to create their own um, mo- um, workflows. In other words, all of these ones are baked in using my knowledge of content writing,
yeah,
whereas this one is it helps you to then write different types of content you want. So, which means you are set for any type of content you want to be able to create, as long as you understand how to write the content. You can create a workflow for it and write as many of those contents you have. So, so one of the things that I'm now doing is I'm creating loads of workflows for people. So even if you don't want to write yourself, all you just do is you just load one of the workflows, um, and
this is what yeah, this is what I was going to ask you
yes,
about what the JSON scripts are in the folder.
right. So the JSON is just an organization of text formats that AI tends to find easy to understand.
Yeah, yeah,
So if I go to the folder themselves, let me just open the folder. So, so I don't want to. Let's use this one. Okay. So if I open it with a text script, open with text file, you can see it's just a text file really,
yeah, yeah.
but organized in. Why is it not
It tells
organized?
everything where to go.
Yeah, organized in a way that the AI can read easily.
Yeah,
Because really, what all these are just example ways of writing, tone of language, for the specific type of content I'm trying to write. So, for example, if I'm writing a list post, which is problem to solution, and the idea here with the problem to solution would be um, people come to your website, they have different types of problems around website building. So you write a problem to solution list post that answers maybe 10, 20, 30, 100 problems to solutions. And the
Yeah.
idea here then is Google really values those kind of list posts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you create those kind of list posts and get traction to your website. So we have all these different types of this particular one, the things people don't realize. I'm a little bit sort of biased towards it because I found it to be quite powerful for creating virality on social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one. And this one I created today, um, a 5 minute webinar.
Yeah.
So it's like a video script. So you want to sell your services, your website building services. I would use the this one to write a 5 minute script that I can just read on Facebook. Just read it. You don't have to show your face. Just read it, and maybe just have like a screen showing the text. And
Yeah.
you've already
Yeah.
got a
Yeah.
sales.
So,
So you've already got a sales script like that, right? So the DIY allows you to build any of these types of tools that I already have here, but for yourself. Um, Obviously, the only difference is you are using your own knowledge of your own content writing knowledge, um, and you would have to guide the AI through your own knowledge.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'll suggest to people when they're trying to learn how to use the workflow to use the DIY will be to load one of the workflows.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to write a video sales script. I would load the 5 minutes webinar one, which is the one that's already loaded here,
Yeah.
and I'll look at okay, this is how he did the headlines. So we have the keyword sales headline, and this is we need to always have a system and an added info message because this is where you would tell the AI exactly how to write it,
Excuse me.
right? So I'm going to do a proper video later on for how to use the DIY module properly. But this just following the samples in here gives you an idea, okay, of how to use it. So we'll always need a headline and an outline, and then we put in a keyword. We put in a keyword, then it just uses this to write your um, video script. And this
So,
this one
so,
right in under 40 seconds it will write it here.
so in the keyword, you'd put webinar sales.
So so for you want to write you want to attract someone who wants to build websites. So let's
Yeah. Oh,
write
right.
websites, avoid cheap website builder traps. Um, get our website building service. I know that that's not a good keyword, but the AI understands enough to be able to make something good out of it still, right? So
Yeah.
just click
Yeah.
right for me. Skip the scam websites. Get a pro website that actually works.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're tired of website builders that promise the world but fail you. Did you know 9 out of 10 small web businesses fail because their website is basically invisible online? We've all seen those drag and drop builders that promise to get us up and running fast, but the truth is most DIY tools just create a cookie cutter site that nobody wants. Okay. Um, Obviously you change this to your name, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you put down how many websites you've built. Obviously, yes, because of the template. Subhead: building real businesses sites takes more than drag and drop tools. Make our website building service designed for business owners, not hobbyists. I'll show you how we build real websites. So it's already written, finished written, And this, the idea here is you can read this all out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not, it doesn't waste time. So the person who's watching you in 5 minutes, you already told them, you already sold them in 5 minutes.
yeah. So you're
And
concise and to the point.
yeah, straight side to the point, and it's still very powerful, persuasive, touch on the pain point, delivers on what you're trying to sell.
Yeah,
And all you just had to do was write that in. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I see that.
Right. So and so this is a kind of tool you can also build for yourself. If that's if you want to. If you don't want to build it, just kind of pop into the workflow page and look for the different workflows. I keep adding to this regularly now.
Yeah.
Um, and it's free. Yeah. Okay.
So
So
how do
that
we,
brings.
how will we get them then? Like,
So if you go to the workflow page, find anyone you want, click on it, it downloads it.
all right, okay,
Um, it should it should just download it. Right.
right, okay.
Yeah. Just download. Why is it doing that?
No, that always comes up. See, because it down the bottom it says all continue with download.
Oh yeah, yeah. Right.
You don't have to sign in to get it.
That's the first time I've seen that. Okay.
It's just, it's
They
just,
change it maybe.
yeah. They want everyone's email address and everything.
Right. I'll continue with the download. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just their own way of trying to market
yeah,
their product. Okay. All right.
yeah. Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah. So and so and then you just take that copy that and put it in your my workflow folder.
Okay.
Um, because you should have a my workflow folder which you can either just create yourself or download and just put all your workflows in there
Yeah, yeah.
and load them from here and use them easily. Okay. So can I just check with you? Has it been useful just kind of walking through this with you?
Very much so. Yes. Help me understand it a lot better.
Okay. And just to help me, what would you say are your main takeaways from today?
Well, just how versatile it is.
Yeah. It looks like a simple tool, doesn't it? But it's extremely versatile, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not one of these things that are uh, sold all over JV Zoo or Warrior Plus saying it can do this, that, and the other.
Hmm. It actually
I mean,
can do what it says. Yeah,
yeah, it does. It does what it says on the can.
definitely. Cool, cool, cool. Any other questions?
Uh, no, that's. I think you've covered everything, Addy.
Cool, 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 cool.
If I can't think of anything else. No.
No, right. So if you have any other questions later on, you could just drop me a message. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
lovely.
okay, it's been nice connecting with you. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank you
much,
so much
Addy. Much
for allowing me
appreciated.
to. You're welcome. Yep. All right then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.